morning, welcome to Subramani.com. When should you sell a share? I'm not talking about should you sell a share at all, right? That I will do a different post. When should you sell a share? It's a very difficult question to answer, especially if you have a very old portfolio and you have shares where you're getting reasonably good dividend and your cost is low. You don't have the wherewithal to sell something, buy something, and you think it's okay, let it lie around, it's paying me dividend. Maybe it is suboptimal, but I don't feel like selling. That's it. It's emotional. I bought it 30 years ago, I bought it 40 years ago, the dividend now is about 100 times the price that I paid for the share, right? You don't feel like selling, great, you don't sell. But let's look at putting some rules for selling. And I'm going to take a big example. Suppose you had bought 50,000 shares of Cholamandalam in 2008 at 55 rupees. And well, at some stage you had to sell. So what you would do is you would put a rule saying every time the share price doubles, I will sell 10% or some rule like that. So you bought at 55, at 110 you sell something, at 220 you sell, at 440 you sell. Okay, let me hold my guns. Maybe at 880 you sell, right? But you will still have some shares left with you. Now, if you had bought 500 shares at 55 rupees in 2008, the chances are you would sell in lots of 100. So at 80 you sold, at 110 you sold, at 150 you sold, and you got out completely at 175. That would be great, it's not too bad, but the fear of missing out will not allow you to sell. You will think, oh, now I have only 100 shares, it's 175. So at 175 you don't feel like selling, at 300 you don't feel like selling, at 500 you don't feel like selling. When will you sell? Right? That's the problem. So first of all, tell your mind that you are not selling, you're switching. You would just sell a Cholamandalam and buy something else, right? So it could be, you could buy HDFC Bank, you could buy Asian Paints for all I care, right? So the question is, what are you buying? How long are you going to hold? If you're creating a portfolio, the best way to create a portfolio is to look at the index, see which are the industries which have been represented there, and pick those shares. Like you pick one leader and one laggard, hoping that one day when the industry turns, both the companies will do well, the laggard will move the fastest, the leader will move minimum, right? So that's the way you buy. But there's one argument for selling a share: when you need money. Absolutely no reason why you sit and say I will not sell. And that reason for needing money could be anything, could be expenses, could be some emergency, or could be just that you need to buy a better share. So if I have a share which is doing very well, in the past it has done very well and currently I am holding it, that's great. However, if I think there's a greater opportunity coming, great reason to sell, right? So reason to sell can be two or three. One, when you need money, no argument against that. When you think there's a better share to buy. And third, when the company tells you a lie, when the company tells you, or when a mutual fund tells you that we have got very liquid assets or things like that, and they keep saying it, but it's not the truth, or a company keeps saying something and it does not actually achieve. So if you want to really analyze the company, go to its balance sheet. We are in 2020, go to its 2016, 17, 18, 19 balance sheets. Read the director's report, read the chairman's report and see what they have been saying, and then compare it to what they have been doing. So either they are lying intentionally or lying unintentionally. If you find a lie, get out, because it's like a cockroach. It's never found alone. You will find all its friends coming out. And the toughest part is, in India, the number of shares which a retail person should be buying is just 100. It's not more than that, the top 100 companies. Maybe there are companies outside that 100, but your ability to analyze those balance sheets and the fact that you might be alone analyzing that balance sheet is scary. There are not enough people following smaller companies. Stay away. If you want a smaller company, you go to a smaller company fund. Go through a mutual fund for smaller companies, Bigger companies, maybe you can invest directly. It does not require a mutual fund to tell you to invest in Reliance or HDFC Limited or HDFC Bank or State Bank of India. You decide when, in which cycle of the banking cycle, of the economic cycle, when to buy. That's not very difficult. Mid cap, small cap, better leave it to the experts because it's too wide, and you need to at least know something about the management, and enough material is not available outside. So there you go to a mutual fund, large cap, you could create your own portfolio. Thank you.